So I thought I would share my philosophy of education because I have a few people asking about it, as well as at the end of my Friday homeschool video, I kind of touched a little bit on some people do too much. Um, I am really, really passionate about my children enjoying knowledge and loving to learn.
Mama,
And not okay, I'll be right there. And not dreading school, because school is knowledge, it's understanding, it's exciting, it's discovery. And so that should be fun and wonderful. And I feel like when kids don't like to learn, we've done something wrong. We have made it discouraging to them, dreading to them. Maybe we're doing too much too soon, too much too early. I have friends that their kids cry when they're doing math. I'm like, that should not be happening when they're 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And I mean, crying when they're doing math at 5, that just breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. There is no reason that your 5 and 6-year-old should be that upset during school. School should be fun. This is the season, this is the age where we're showing them school is wonderful. Education and knowledge is wonderful, and it's fun to learn. So my philosophy is make it fun. And making it fun does not mean making all these elaborate detailed projects. And that is a weak point of mine. I am not good at a lot of detail and making everything really, really crafty and exciting every single day. I think that they feed off of my excitement. I am excited to learn. I am excited to teach them. I am excited to learn with them and to go on this journey with them. So they feed off of that. And I think when we want to do the sit down and don't get up till we're done and it's going to take 5 hours method, I mean, would you like that? No way, and neither do they. So I do as little book work as possible. We do all of our book work right after breakfast just to get it out of the way for the whole day. And the rest of the day, learning is fun. And that's fun too, because it's really, I'm like, good job, you did such a good job. Look, you got it, you figured it out. It's fun. Handwriting, I don't fret. I don't stress over making them write paragraphs and stuff. I'm like, you know how to write your letters. You're good. So, I mean, I'll give Ivan like 2 sentences, 1 sentence. Joel just gets 1 word right now. He's only 5. Math, sometimes we'll just do clock. Sometimes we'll do clock and money. Sometimes we'll just do money. Sometimes we'll just cook something together and do a recipe with measuring cups and spoons. Sometimes we do a whole front of a worksheet and not the back. Sometimes we only do half of the front. You know, it's not because I don't go into it with, this is what we're doing today. We have to do this today. I don't go into it like that. But my kids are also very young. I don't have like this stuff that I need to report. The state I live in is very chill about homeschooling. Nobody's gonna come over here and check on what I'm doing. So I don't have that pressure on me, and I don't have to torture my kids for it, you know? So if they understand a concept, I don't give them busy work. I just make sure they get it, and then we move on to the next thing. Why make them do something over and over and over and over and over again when they already understand it? You know, obviously there is the repetition to help it stick, and we'll do that, and then we'll revisit it later just to make sure you still got this. But I don't give them busy work, because that's torture, even for grown-ups. So I keep it short. I make sure that they're challenged a little bit. I make sure they understand what I'm teaching them before we move on. And I make it fun because I want them to enjoy knowledge and learning. And that's it for book work. Then everything else is wonderful. They love poetry. They love stories. They love music. They love art. They love all of those things that are fun. What child doesn't, you know? And especially when you start them off real young, showing them, look at this painting, look at this song, look at this, look at that. Let's hear this story. Let's hear this poem. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to love it. And so that's what I want to do. I want to stir their hearts to appreciate the arts and to embrace them and pursue them later, and to to have a place in their heart that they will always read and always listen to music and always appreciate and enjoy these things. So I think that, I know you're being so patient. Thank you. I'm almost done, okay? So that's my mentality with that. I also think kids need to move and be outside and learn about the world around them and experience life and enjoy life and see creation and appreciate God's creation. If you're in a room with 4 walls and 1 window and sitting on a desk all day for hours and hours, it's going to be really hard to look at the world around you and say, wow, look at what God made. You know, when are those thoughts going to sprout in your mind and in your heart if you're always inside? I want my kids to be outside and to appreciate and see God's creation and nature. And as we're out there, learn about what we're seeing. Remind them who made it. Show them the variety and all the different kinds of birds and the different kinds of trees and the different kind of skies and days and weather and the different flowers and the different everything. You know, there's so much to appreciate outside. And then, of course, just sunshine and the relaxing colors of blue and green. So much more calming than white walls and fluorescent lights, you know. So outdoors is huge to me. Nature is huge to me. I want them to appreciate and love the world around them. I want them to love and be passionate about the simple things in life, and give glory to God for it all. Hey, Ivan, I'm going to ask you to please stop. And then one last thing, reading. I want my children to love reading, and that's why I've been reading to them since they were sitting on my lap. I want them to love knowledge and love reading so that when they want to learn about something that I don't get around to teaching them about, because come on, we're not going to be able to teach them everything. I want them to be able to pursue that knowledge, that information on their own through books. I want to read, so go. I want a good story, so go read. I want them to love reading, love knowledge, love learning, and love writing stories. Joel's 5. He already says when he grows up he wants to write music for Jesus and a story about his life. I mean, seriously, a 5-year-old's not going to say that if, you know, they're confined to a seat all day at school. He has been read to stories and stories and stories and listening to classical music and learning about hymns and the authors of those hymns for years. And he's going to be an engineer too. Yes, 2 engineers, baby. So I don't know. I don't think there's a formula. I don't think that because I'm doing all of this, I'm guaranteed that they're going to love reading. They might not. I don't know if because I'm doing all of this, you know, they might play a musical instrument. They might not. But I'm paving the way and making all of those possibilities available to them. And then it's their life. They choose. They do what they're going to do. You know, they don't play video games. I hope to God that they don't become video game addicts. I mean, they have absolutely no exposure to them, so I would imagine they wouldn't, but I don't know. When they're grown, they'll make their own decisions. I'm just doing the best that I can now, hoping that these things will instill a love and a joy in the things that I'm exposing them to and that they'll pursue those things. So that's my philosophy. Love reading, love learning, less busy work and as little book work as possible, and embracing the arts and embracing nature. And the arts, I mean the classical arts, the stuff that's rich, the stuff that's good, the stuff that isn't like just modern blah. I don't want to read. I'll give you some examples. I mean, we have plenty of books that I want to throw away, but the kids won't let me because they love to see the pictures. So eventually they will be making their way out of our house. This kind of stuff, let's see. I mean, I'm really sorry, but not my favorite. This kind of stuff, Otis. And there's another one in here that I hate. This one. I don't like this stuff. This is garbage. This has nothing to offer our children. I like rich classics with good vocabulary and amazing stories. The Burgess book for children. Let's see. Uh-oh. This is from the library. Whoa. That's scary. I hope nothing else is stuck in there. all Dr. Seuss stuff. I really enjoy that. Ferdinand, Corduroy, those are all sweet, good classics to have. I can't find 50 Famous Stories Retold.
I was all done, and look what I did all by myself.
Very good. Make sure not to spill that. That'll make a crazy mess. So anyway, I can't find that book, but 50 Famous Stories Retold, The Little House books, Pilgrim's Progress, Lord of the Rings, Charlotte's Web, The Indian in the Cupboard. We just did that one. You know, all these good, rich classics. Heidi, Little Women, Farmer Boy, and then small books too. Yes, of course you can. Yeah. Sure. Just a minute. So, yeah, reading, good stuff. Poetry, music, art, exposure to things that are going to help them be more intelligent and appreciate things that are real art. So anyway, that's my philosophy. That doesn't mean that we never listen to contemporary music. Oh, we do. We were jumping in the living room yesterday listening to Chris Tomlin, right? On God's great dance floor. And we listened to K-Love and all the Christian contemporary music in the car. And I mean, we definitely expose ourselves to those things too. We watch Wildcrats and Octonauts, and it's not like we only do these things because we're geniuses. I am not a homeschool kid. I went to public school, and so this is all my journey too that I'm beginning with my children and learning and embracing these things now with them. I didn't have this kind of exposure to books or poetry or music or anything until now. So it's not like something that you have to have done yourself to then do it. You can totally figure it out along the way. And there's people, wonderful, wonderful people, wonderful curriculums that help. So I hope this is encouraging and helpful to you and maybe takes a little bit of a load off of you in thinking about, I have to do these things. Oh, no, you don't. It's okay. You don't. Your kids are gonna learn how to read. They're gonna learn their math. They're gonna learn those things. You're gonna teach them. You've got plenty of time. I mean, seriously, Laura Ingalls didn't know how to read or write till she was like 9 or 10, and she wrote 9 books. Come on, guys. And they're like huge, amazing classics. So it's gonna be okay.